T Waffles, and this is how I put in my 10,000 hours. My name is Tyler, aka T Waffles, and I like to collect shoes. So my first memory would probably have to be high school. I was super into Nike SBs because I grew up, I started skating in probably like middle school. My friends were kind of into Vans, and I was always kind of like, I'm more into the Nikes. I collected Nike SBs forever. And I don't know, eventually, somehow, I think specifically my wife right now, like she convinced me to get some Vans. It wasn't like an immediate like addiction. I used them primarily for skating purposes, and like when I didn't want to mess up my nicer shoes, I would wear them. And then that kind of turned into a little more interest here and there, and then eventually I started working for Vans, and it became pretty much my second way of life, I guess you could say. So I've been working with Vans now for a little over 7 years, I think almost 7.5 years. So I moved to North Carolina, and where I'm from in Pennsylvania, we didn't have Vans stores from the middle of nowhere. So when I saw there was a Vans store and I couldn't transfer from my old job, I instantly applied. So as soon as I moved here, I started working at Vans. I just think overall, not just from like obviously like the fashion standpoint where it involves so many different people's interests and different like styles into kind of one amalgamation of just amazingness. It's like the company really does care about like its customers and its people. I watched Nike SB go from like kind of this smaller branch of Nike that Nike kind of like almost like didn't care about and didn't like advertise as much, to being what it is now as this like powerhouse that sponsors so many different skaters, and like you can buy them at Zoomies and PacSun, which obviously you can do that with Vans too, but Vans has kind of always been that. I don't know, it's just like, it's just a good company to promote. I mean, you could tell Steve was, so he was touring the whole Southeast, and you could tell, like, I think we were the third stop on his trip that day, and you could tell this dude was drained. Like, he was so, like, you could just see it in his eyes, but like you would never be able to tell by like the way he was acting. Like, he's so charismatic, and you can tell he truly cares so much about this company. I just think it's so cool that the family itself, the Van Dorens, like, they're keeping the ball rolling. Like, he's a huge part of the company, as he's basically the mascot, and then like he's got other relatives throughout the company as well that are also part of it. So he's super cool, super down to earth. Like, you'd never expect him to be so high up in like the Vans totem pole. It was humbling to see, like, you can be, I don't even know how I want to word it, like so chill and so cool with like the low men on totem pole, like us just retail workers, as much as he would be with like somebody who he gets to work with at corporate, who's like, you know, super important in the company and has a lot of like responsibility and stuff like that. It's just, he treats everybody the same, and I respect that. I mean, that's just like the true waffle head. Like, it's just, I mean, it's inspiring for one to be so like, to care so much about something even after he's been doing it for so long, you know? I don't know, it's just like, he's just a normal dude, you know? Like, you'd never look at him and be like, this dude is a high standing like individual in like a corporate organization. It's just, yeah, he like, he might not have to deal with like paperwork and stuff like that, but this dude is like out here touring, visiting all the stores, like showing us any tidbits like he can on his personal phone that like he's able to without getting in trouble, you know? And like, I'm sure he would show you something that he probably wasn't supposed to, and like, he's Steve Van Doren, so like, honestly, like, he can pretty much do whatever he wants. I'd love to get to meet him again in a more personal conversation between the two of us. Obviously, he had to get to around, you know, to talk to everybody, but yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, you didn't get to go on the tour bus with me.
Yeah, I know. I got stuck in the freaking store.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
You got a free book.
I got a lot of free stuff.
I think one of the biggest inspirations for me was probably my friend Clayton, wearing waffles on Instagram. We met because he came into my store and we just started talking about Vans. He was like, oh, you know, just, you know, check out my Instagram. It was back when he had pretty much just started it. It was a big inspiration for me to, you know, I was like, well, you know, I've got some really cool stuff. I might as well show it off, you know? I mean, I've got stuff from years ago that, you know, people probably never seen before. And just, I mean, just something to do almost, you know? And I never expected it to kind of be where it's at now. Like, I just started doing it as like for fun. And then all of a sudden it was like, kind of blew up. So here we are. I think the reason we started with hats is because, so at my job, obviously I have to wear a uniform. I have to wear a Vans shirt and Vans shoes. But one of the ways I can express myself on a more individualistic level is through my hats. So with the shoes, obviously I collect shoes, but I also have a huge collection of hats. I've been wearing hats since I was in high school, back when I was wearing like, you know, New Era 59, 50s and stuff like that. It's just, I think it's such a simple way to like tie an outfit together, and it's a good way to express yourself, and it's a way for me to like kind of, I guess, put myself into something that I want to release. I don't know, it's a good question. I'm just kind of a collector in general. I go through phases of different things that I like to collect, but I've never stopped collecting shoes. So I just feel like that says something, right? Like, your interests can change over time. I've never once had the thought that I wanted to stop collecting sneakers. Did I answer your question? I don't even remember what you asked.
You did, dude.
All right, cool. I mean, obviously I want to see how this does. I think it's gonna do pretty decent. It's gonna be a super limited drop, but yeah, I think that I've always wanted to do something where I'm making apparel or shoes. Back in the day, I wanted to design shoes. Like in high school, I would, you know, draw stuff. I don't know exactly what yet. It just kind of depends on how this goes, but I could see myself doing more hats, like I said, because, you know, it's something that I can wear and express myself in my job or not, it doesn't matter. But I've had thoughts about doing some other stuff as well. It's, you know, it's something that I'm super interested in, and hopefully I can make something of it, you know? That would be a dream come true, you know? Even if it was like, make your own custom and we'll put your initials on the back just for you or something. Even if it's something simple like that. I know people have done that in the past, but it'd be so sick. I mean, if I were to be able to design something that people could wear, you know, that'd be sick. It'd be like what I'm doing with this, but like on like such a bigger scale. That would be tight. There have been a few talks of some things here and there. As of right now, I like Instagram because, for one, it's simple. I do put time into it, obviously, with editing photos and, you know, getting the photos I need and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't require too much, you know, I don't want to say effort, but it doesn't require, you know, too much time. Moving on to something in the future, I mean, it's not completely out of the question, but as of right now, I don't have any plans. I mean, if anybody has any ideas, let me know. No, I don't think it's something for me to get attention from Vans. I'm kind of doing my own thing, and if they want to recognize it, that's sick. But I'm not doing it for their attention or recognition or anything like that. I think I'm just doing it kind of for myself. But I do think that it could be a good platform for me to start my own thing. So we'll see where that goes. But the process has been fun so far. So we'll see what's in the future.